Hey, y'all doing? How y'all doing? Shucking, ducking.
Oh, he muted. You muted. Hold on, let me unmute him. Unmute yourself. Lord have mercy. Whatever in that cup, Lord.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
That short Gabriel piss in there.
Hey, I ain't gonna get started with that boy. See? Hey, I come over here trying to be nice, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
How y'all doing today?
Hey, we living good. I'm living good, and you know, how y'all doing, Jamal? RG Jewels.
All is well.
Yeah.
All is well.
Hey, we want to give Jamal a shout out. I watched when I had to work. I was working, Bernard, run tell that, and just a good show. I always love when people educate, and he provided along with his brothers two brothers great information around Islam and the Muslim faith, and a lot of people a lot of times get that misconceived. So good show on that, brother Jamal.
We appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they talk a little long, but
they like James.
one brother, he just couldn't stop. Jamal had to say, "Hey, it's another." I thought that was Charlie Brown's son or something.
So that's why I just told him. I said, "Listen, you're gonna have a show. We're gonna get you a show.
Your own.
You're gonna have your own show."
Yeah, he not only did that, he went and corrected the brother.
I gotta show Jamal some. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hey, he was roasting than James.
Yeah, and Charlie.
Man,
He was worse than James and Charlie.
Jamal.
Well, we got a delightful show ahead tonight. We're gonna be discussing some things. I know y'all, and being that Jamal had those brothers on today, which is awesome and powerful, because what we need to do is, Jamal, and I think that what we need to do is unite with these brothers so that we can we could tackle these issues as a unit. You know, it's a lot of issues that aren't being addressed by organizations that should be addressing them, that aren't addressing them. And I think that is incumbent upon us with the platform that we have, with the networks that we have, to start addressing these issues more vigorously, along with those brothers and with what we do. We need to start doing a little bit more than what we're doing. I know we're already overworked and overburdened with a whole lot of stuff, but still we have an obligation and a charge to keep, and we got to start doing that.
That's right. And I want to show Jamal this. I tell people this all the time. I had a chance to go to Malaysia because they're a Muslim majority country. I was raised. Did I tell you? I was raised Catholic. Still identify as that. But Jamal, if you ever buy here, this is straight out of Malaysia. So if y'all don't have a chance, get a copy of this and just take a read. Compare notes with the Bible and the Quran. So
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you notice how it's written. Like you know, this, right?
Right.
So just want to share that you all. Just open your mind to different things.
And no question. We're glad you brought that up, bro. Bernard, you still muted. Okay.
There you go. I'm on mute.
All right.
I brought in some more audience.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Like James used to have the whole room full with him.
I no. I brought the TikTok audience. I brought the TikTok audience in. I couldn't bring.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the TikTok order. I couldn't bring. I had enough for James Monday night, boy. That boy, whoo, shit. He'll try to just take over. He long-winded, but he got a good heart. Look,
ain't no question. I ain't never seen a heart like his.
He got a good heart.
He's special. He has a heart that a lot of people don't display. So we're gonna get right into it. Robert, you handle all the
oh Lord.
You handle all the comments, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
I handle everything else. You handle
what you mean, the agenda?
No, the comments.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, wait a minute, I got you.
I handle the.
I got you. I mean, it ain't.
I sent all y'all the agenda.
I was like, oh,
it's late, but we got about nine videos, and we'll be discussing things from what's said in these videos. Make it a lot easier, make it more friendlier for us to get things done. Okay, the first thing we got is I ran across this and I just thought it was so neat. Reading is important, and we're gonna play that video first.
Here's how you know reading is powerful. Because 150 years ago, it was illegal for people of color to read and illegal for someone to teach a person of color how to read. That was then. Today, 80% of all children's books feature only a Caucasian character or an ambiguous character like a giraffe or a penguin, which makes it harder for children of color to want to read since they are scarcely represented in the majority of books. And of course, there's the recent banning of books, especially books that challenge facts and history and empower people of color. Also, have you noticed that you have rarely, if ever, seen a commercial for a book or a bookstore? There are commercials for every other form of entertainment, but not books. Because reading is knowledge, and knowledge is power. And power is change. So if you literally want to change the world, read a book.
Very, very true. Very true. Read a book.
Yeah.
I know Jamal is real keen on having his students read. And I used to be in the class sometimes when you don't give them a test on paper, you give them a test off of what they remember in their head. And that is so important because they have to read to understand to pass his tests. You know. So what say y'all?
Yeah,
he's an evil teacher.
But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I was out, doing basketball tournament at Swanee. So us guys, it was 4 guys, we sitting around the table, right outside, just talking, and we brought that up. We were talking about this country. We were just talking about growing up, how they hide everything from us, and how we had to, the older we got, we started reading, we started learning stuff, we started learning about how, they stole this country. We just started everything, because knowledge is power. And we were saying, our kids, we're going to tell our kids the truth. But the younger kids that's having kids have to get the knowledge of, hey, everything you read ain't true. Because when it comes to this country, most of the stuff is all lies. You know what I'm saying? And when you really and truly find out what's going on, man, you will be shocked. But you'll be like, hey, like you said, knowledge and power, man. I done got so smart now, man. I stick my chest up, Jamal and RG. Shit, I stick my chest up now. I say, that's facts. You know what I'm saying? And just facts. And for all 4 of us black brothers to be sitting around that table and discussing this, it's a good thing, man. It's like this. When we know we should let everybody else know, even though they don't want to agree or disagree, at least we putting out there. And we ain't putting out no wrong stuff. We putting out facts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, RG.
I agree. I just think Jamal just is a mean teacher. He could have been nice and let them children have, do a regular test like normal teachers do, but he just got to be evil about
it. Nah, but hey, Jamal, hey, when you know, you know what I'm saying? When you know, you know. I be joking with Jamal and we act a fool and everything, but the brother knows his knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You can't, hey, shit, he's a walking dictionary, a walking history book. But see, that's what the color people that don't look like us don't like. That's why they don't like us, because we too smart now.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they changing the book. You remember back in the day when they say Christopher Columbus discovered America? Now they changing that. They ain't saying that now. Now they trying to rewrite the book. We already know what happened.
Yeah. One of the things my mother, a lot of people don't understand why I'm so close to her. She was an avid reader, and she could never. One thing about me, my brother was reading early, and he was doing everything right. As you probably have figured out, y'all, I probably was one of the most rebellious children in the world, and just never took learning seriously. And honestly, how I earned a master's degree or a doctorate degree is beyond me, other than her and her ancestral spirit and all. Well, not ancestral, but her elder spirit and all that. But she was an avid reader, and her biggest thing was, you don't challenge your mind, you don't challenge your thoughts, you don't become stronger. And she said those same words are powerful if you don't even know what's going on around you, or you don't have a wide variety of knowledge. And so I give a lot. This is why I'm so close to her now, is because had it not been for her wisdom and her insight, God knows where I would have been. But, and all that, because she was big on that, big on reading and big on education.
Yeah, and so, and I want to throw it, because Julius alluded to it. He said it. And just like B, what Bernard was saying, and that's it. When you know it, that's what you go ahead and put it on out there. Just like, again, I know that Bernard knows how to handle any defense with regards to a basketball court, because again, he got the knowledge. He got that knowledge, and he could then come up with a game plan to go and challenge that, or to handle any defense coming at him, any offense. So that's, again, when you know it, you know it. And so Haley Swindle, some of y'all know Haley, Janae Henley Swindle. She made this comment. She had talked about it, and she talked about some of the stuff. So she said when she goes to Ball State University up in Indiana, and she was like, they gave her assignments to do, and she came back on the test, and she come back firing the stuff off. And she went and said, she's like, the people were like, that's too much. You ain't got to give us all that right there. And she was like, but Teray would have been asking for more than that. So, but see, and that was the thing. She had gotten trained. So then that way they get as much information as possible. And I just would throw this, because when she was talking about that, I was laughing. I thought about somebody else. Now, Haley, African-American. But then I had this Caucasian student that she graduated from Savannah State. Then she went to Georgia Southern. So she get her master's in sociology from Georgia Southern. So the professor was discussing some stuff on, again, a master level. They're discussing some stuff, and she was firing off responses to him. She told me, she said, the professor later asked her, said, like, where did you go to school? She then said, and what I'm let you know, this is happening in 2020. She then says to this professor, she said, I went to Savannah State. And that's when she said, Jamal, the professor said to me, he said, your Savannah State education is better than some Ivy League school education. And she said, when the professor said that, she said to herself, she said, that damn Jamal. So, because again, they had been pushed. That again, everybody else trying to like baby them. I'm like saying, no, it's not. Y'all leaders of today. I need y'all need y'all mind to be popping. I don't need y'all being like everybody else. I need y'all thinking. I need y'all like grabbing it. Then I need y'all to just showcase that information, that knowledge. Because again, I want y'all to get higher than what I go. And that's that, and that's what it's about for us.
Yeah. You're right. And until we educate our kids, then our kids can educate their kids, and then their kids can educate their kids, so they don't have to go through what we went through. You know what I'm saying? The people come before us and us. And I mean, it's just real out here, man. You got to keep it real. It don't matter whether you like us or don't like us. We're gonna always be real on our Black Media Network, everywhere. It is what it is. You know, we gonna sleep good at night, y'all, because we putting the information out. It's up to them to grab it.
That's true. So true. So true. I had this other one, and it touches on the same thing about reading. And when you're reading something, then especially when you're reading to learn, then you're studying. And this video was by this brother, and it's kind of long, but if you got to get a drink or something, go ahead and get a drink. I might not play it all, but I'm gonna play most of it.
The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Study the white man, for he is successful, and he makes no excuses for his failures. He works together in a collective manner with his people." Paraphrase slightly there. The immature person will get mad at that. The wise person will listen to that and follow those deep instructions piece by piece, point by point. Study. Study. What does that mean? It means to look. It means to listen. It means to ask questions about. It means to read books about. It means to look at the history about a thing. Look at it economically. Look at it spiritually. Look at it mentally. Look at it agriculturally. Let me study you. How did you do that? That's what they did to us. That's all they did. Every single area of life when it comes to our people was studied. It wasn't just studied, it was dissected. It was carved out, razor sharp accurate. They dug into every fiber of exactly who we are, what we are, how we are, when we are, where we came from, our abilities, our powers, our authority, everything that deals with us. And they mastered certain components of it by studying us. This is not a joke. Again, people who are intellectually lazy will hear racism in your question. Well, white people studied us. Black people don't study themselves. White people study black people more than black people study black people. That's a damn fact. That's a fact. If you were not studied, you could not have been mastered. You mastered that which
Facts.
You mastered that which you
say
studied.
that again. No, Rizzo, you here teaching today, bro. Say that again. No, say that again, man. They need to hear that, man. Say that again.
If we were not studied, we could not be mastered. A person who is an expert in something is someone who has studied it over and over and applied it and practiced it over and over and over again. I believe it was Bruce Lee who said, "I don't fear a man who practices 1,000 kicks one time. I fear the man who practices one kick 1,000 times." So that means what you do most, you will be successful at. If you study somebody, their habits, their culture, their history, their behaviors, how they walk, how they talk, how they build, how they understand.
Their psychology, bro.
Brother.
That's the thing Amos Wilson really put me up on, studying
Yes.
European psychology. You get a better understand why this environment is the way it is.
Yes. Dr. Amos Wilson broke it down. Brother Dr. Neely Fuller in the compensatory code plan dealing with the system of white supremacy, that whole book that everybody should be studying. They all were breaking it down, dealing with exactly how the playbook was laid out. The architectural blueprint of how this thing was laid out, reverse engineered it so that we can do the same thing. You were studied, so study who studied you. Simple. Oh man, you said the white man is superior. No, he's not. But his method worked. Simple as that. You lost your knowledge.
Still working.
And it's still working. You lost your knowledge. Come on, man. I think about this. If there is a millionaire and he's white or whatever, I really don't care too much at that point. I care about the fact that you're a millionaire and I want to be a millionaire. So let me study you. See, a wise man can study. He'll sit back and learn and ask questions. I talk to people of all races, all backgrounds, all religions, all ethnicities, cultural persuasions, and I talk to them. I ask them questions. People start looking at me like, how can you say that? How do you move that way? Damn, how did you know that? Because I actually study this. I study them because I look at how the people studied us, bro. They studied us. They are the #1 consumers. They studied this. They like chicken. They like watermelon. They like dancing. They like hair extensions and nails. They like flashy cars and jewelry. They study, and what do? They provide the need based off of research. They like, damn, y'all like these cars and this jewelry. Let me control the diamond trade. Let me control the large manufacturing trade of vehicles. My family will own it, and I will make sure it gets provided to you because you ain't never had nothing that was too flossy, too much bling bling, and I provided for you.
And hold on, Sizzler, I said, Rizla, anyone discrediting what you're saying right now, I want them to think about the rap industry, right?
Come on.
And the images you receive when videos were hot. I don't watch music videos now, but I'm a 90s dude, right? The imagery you saw in the videos and how that influenced your spending habits, whether it's through liquor or through clothing or cars, because when Maybach came out, Maybach was a big thing. Then you had the Range Rover was a big thing. Then we had all these things. So it's like they're targeting a certain demographic because they know what that demographic likes.
Yes. It's based off of research. It's what science is. It's what scientists do. They study. You asked a question. You said, we're dealing with, since they studied us, should we study them? Why don't we study ourselves when they study us? They know more about us than we know about ourselves. Absolutely. The beauty is now the tide is turning. More of our people are becoming educated. More of them are studying. More of them are learning. More of them are reversing certain behaviors, certain things. More people are waking up to the system, waking up to the game, waking up to who is benefiting off of us. That's a fact. That's happening. And I'm so happy to see it in my lifetime that it is happening. However, it needs to happen more. It just has.
Okay, we back. Very interesting. It had about another minute or so, but I want it to play so that you all could hear that, because you got in order to master anything, you must study it.
Yeah.
And Jamal and I, we had a conversation the other day about perception. We were saying that it was an incident happened at the farmers market. What's the name of the thing?
Forsyth Farmers Market.
The Forsyth Farmers Market, where it was racial. And then when the person that got done wrong by it called out the race of it, people now saying, "Oh, you want to play the race card?" But we like we were saying, you got to almost play the race card when it's due.
Yeah.
When you see it happen, oh, I'm supposed to be scared. I can't say that. No, I got to point it out because it is still prevalent today. If you wake up any morning, go on ABC, NBC, or CBS. Watch that 2-hour morning show that each one of those stations do. They always got what? The first black to do this. The first black to do that. This is race. They talk race every day. Every single day. They talk race. Every day. But ain't nobody saying anything about that. Yeah. Every single day it's the first black that did this. It's the first black that ever did this. It's racial. This country still has a long way to go. We're making strides, but we're being held by our own.
If racism didn't exist, then Trayvon Martin would be alive. If racism didn't exist, then Roger Fortson would be alive. If racism didn't exist, then George Floyd would be alive. And so for those of us, and that's why now I'm very open with mine, is shut the hell up with that bullshit. I'm gonna channel my Bernard Brown right now. If racism didn't exist,
calm down.
And Dan Johnson's sorry ass wouldn't be selling our 5th district out. If racism didn't exist, then the Stella Shabazz wouldn't be selling us out. So cut out. It's time out for keeping your mouth closed. Yeah. Because the only way we gonna get there is like Malcolm X said, it's by any means damn necessary. So kiss my ass if you don't think racism doesn't exist.
Yeah. Boy, you done got out of hand, man. I done got calm and he done got wild up.
Because I get tired of people with that stupid narrative.
Up. Yeah.
It's us that sit there. Oh, they play. No, we play nice and we get our ass handed to us.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah. You're right. And I picked up something what the young man said. And I'm 61 years old and I picked it up. I'm like, he right. They study us. but we don't study ourselves. And when they study, like you say, I guarantee you, like the agent, they study us, or they like to get their hair and toenail fixed. Or so what they do, they put it in our neighborhood. Okay, or they like watermelon and vegetable. What they do, they put a vegetable stove in the neighborhood. People can put anything in our neighborhood, and we do not complain about it. But when it's time for Jamal or Jules or RG or me to say something that's true, they want to throw us under the bus. That's what's wrong with black folks. We always throwing each other under the bus. Yeah. And then they get mad with us. Don't get mad with us. Get mad with the other race. They're the one doing you wrong. We're trying to help you. We're trying to help you. But at the end of the day, sometimes, man, we get tired of it. Trust me.
I was on the show, Bernard, and I was on Jerome Irwin's show the other day with I forgot her name. What's her name? Yeah. No. What's the other lady name that used to run? Yeah. And she got mad at me for calling people dummies. Well, that's what you are. Black folk who sit here and who don't see it, you dumb. You just dumb as a donut. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's time out for sitting here and being nice and playing footsie and being kind. And dignity and decorum has gotten the black race put in the back seat for multiple years. And if you're going to continue to do it, then you're dumb. I said it here first. You ain't got to like it.
Jamal?
I mean, RG and Bernard, when it said it, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling compelled about something else, but I gotta wait. Hey,
I want to say this here, man. I'm saying right in front of y'all. Trust me, it's been my pleasure. I think we've been on the show for about 4 years, something like that. And I've been a lightning bolt. And it took y'all to calm down now. I calmed down because it was more like, they don't have a problem with the message that you're saying. They're having a problem on how you deliver the message. So I had to calm down instead of me delivering it, cussing everybody ass out. I had to calm down and put it in a way like, hey, trust me, don't take my cussing fool y'all. I'm a very intelligent black man that know what's going on. So you may take my cussing in a different way. Sometimes people need to get cussed out. But I learned from my stepping away since January, I learned to put it in a way that, they can understand it, but I don't have to be roddy understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm be honest, I talk to Jewish, I talk to my daughter, I talk to James, I talk to God, everything. So I'm learning more, but I'm reaching out to more people by me being calm the way I'm calming now. Now, behind closed doors is a different story, but I don't want to mess my message up to get to somebody and they turn away because of the way I'm delivering. You delivering it, but it's the way you deliver it.
Well, this is what makes me so pissed off with people, especially our people. We are all one situation away, one traffic situation away from being dead by the police. When are we going to wake up? We are all one paycheck away or one election away from having our neighborhoods taken. When are we going to wake up? Is it going to be because I'm going to give you the nice words? No, the nice words don't work. So when I have to call you a B, a DA, or whatever, then you tend to start thinking. And that's where I'm at with it now, because one of the things my dad used to get mad at me, you need to stop doing all that. No, because until I say certain things, you don't hear me. So I've got to be radical enough for you to hear me so it can resonate. Because right now we want to do this. We want to do this so bad. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a great example. I was sitting with people the other day. And I kept telling, they were like, oh, all this development going on, whoop-de-woo, and all this stuff, and all these changes. And I just looked at them. Like, how stupid can you be? How many of us were saying this last year in the city election? And now all of a sudden, now you're seeing it? Like, maybe I should have said, look, stupid ass. But, we don't get it until it's either the words or something really insightful. When are we going to wake up and realize we are in the same boat together? Malcolm and Martin told us one time we are repeating history over and over and over again. So it's going to take the word. So it's going to take a drastic situation. But the sad thing about us is we continue to see our young men die. And because it's not in our families, it doesn't bother us. I have a major problem with that. Major problem.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Go ahead, Jamal.
I won't say what's burning for me right now is actually this voting, the voting. And I was like, if we can, I know you got your order. I was like, if we can get to some of the presidential, the Trump stuff, but it's really tied to voting because there's some things that y'all have been saying for a long time and it got manifested because this morning somebody said something to me. And then yesterday somebody said something to me. And I'm like saying, again, people checking out the show. Y'all know what time it is, but for some of y'all, this is the first time. I'm like, when we are saying stuff to you on these platforms right here for our Black media, y'all got to listen to us. And Archie, what you saying, Bernard, what you saying, Julius, what you've been saying, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, this is the very thing. So that's why I'm just like, I just want to get into that. That's why for me, I ain't trying to be selfish, but it's just it's so glaring and so insane.
Yeah,
Right.
You're right. Because I guarantee you, and y'all know what I'm about to say, the words come out about is my word. I guarantee you, we got 4 Black brothers on this podcast. I guarantee you, we have 4 white on this podcast. Trust me, they will be all in. Trust me, the same thing that the white man gonna tell you, we gonna tell you too. But you got to listen. You got to listen. They telling you that so they can have asset to you and control your mindset.
That's right.
We telling you don't be no fool.
Yeah, we got 7 Black men on here with Charlie, Sean, Uncle Sean, and James when he shows.
Right.
We give out information that, and because we tell you from experience and what we see. There's never been nothing like what we're doing. Who else doing it? If you don't get it here, where you gonna get it from? You ain't out there in the street doing it, experiencing it. So we're bringing it to you. So and that's just part of what we're doing. We're gonna be right back after a couple of commercials.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
Have you ever experienced a Juneteenth event? Come out to Port Wentworth and celebrate our 2nd annual Juneteenth Festival. Friday, June 21st from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Come enjoy our music, our food, our heritage, our culture, and our history. It will be plenty of fun for everyone. Juneteenth is American history. It's a day that we celebrate and remember. It's a day that we look back, but more importantly, a day that we look forward. Join us this June.
If I could real quick,
Thank you.
Got something to this real quick. So I went to vote, and Richard, I voted for you. Shalene, I voted for you. Chris, I voted for you. But I went to vote the other day, and I saw a referendum on there about should we have a law on Georgia books that says we got to start treating using criminals as slaves and free labor, which is crazy because guess who's mostly prisoners in jail is our Black males. I don't think people really get stuff right now. So you put slavery never ended. Jamal, you talk about this brother, right? Slavery never ended. And so instead of us making it legal, now you put Black men in jail for marijuana and other crazy stuff, and now they become free labor. But now we got to have a law on the books, a referendum. Like that's what blows me with us sometimes, that we don't put the dots together. we shouldn't even have to have that as a referendum. But the fact of the matter is, we don't understand what that means. Is that for so long, our people have been put in jail for petty crimes and created and manufactured crimes that they have been used and abused.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to get on to religion. You know, this is one of the subjects. And we said last week we were going to have two subjects. The first two are just general discussion for us to just break the ice. Our two main subjects today is the church and what is it doing? Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Is it keeping the charge that it was given for the people? Or has it become something that we don't recognize? The second one was choosing the president. So we got a bunch of videos that we're going to share, and then we'll stop and do a video, and have discussion on all these things. So the first video, one of them is kind of long, but I'm not going to play all of that second one unless y'all want to, but it's real compelling. But I like some of the stuff that Reverend Ike and Miles, Miles Monroe, Jamal. But here we go with the first one. Then we'll have discussion after a couple of them.
Going to heaven does not fulfill God's will. Dominating earth fulfills God's will for you. Religion prepares men to leave earth. The kingdom equips men to rule earth. The kingdom focuses on occupation. Religion focuses on evacuation. That's why the church, religious church, is so rapture oriented, because it has no anointing for kingdom impact. We are not here to focus on going to heaven. We are here to invade your city, your business world, your law world, your media world, your education world, your political world. God says go into all the world. Let's read what Jesus brought. His first public statement is found in Matthew 4 verse 17. Here's what he says. He just finished being tested. He passed his test. His first public statement says, Matthew 4:17, from that time forward, Jesus began to preach, quote, repent. Why? For the kingdom of heaven has returned. I look at Luke chapter 4, verse 43. He says, I must preach the good news of the kingdom of God to other towns also, because that is why I was sent. The cross was not the goal of his coming. It was a means to an end. He said the reason why, look at it. He said because of the kingdom message. That's why I was sent. And then he tells us in Luke chapter 9 verse 2, he sent them out to preach the kingdom of God is here, and then heal the sick. What is the ultimate desire of Jesus? I found it. Matthew 6 verse 9. They asked Jesus, what should we pray for? He said, when you pray, play this. Our Father who is not on earth. Where is he? In the home country. Holy is his name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Where? On earth. How? Just like it is in heaven. He said, don't pray to leave. Pray for heaven to come to earth. Religion say pray to go to heaven. The kingdom says pray for heaven to come to earth. We've been trained to leave. He's trying to train us to invade.
You're only going to find the happiness in other people that you first of all have found within your own being. If you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with anybody else. If you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with the second husband or the second wife. And here again, in my counseling people who are about to get married, and I see a beautiful couple down here who are about to get married. I call them my lovebirds because they're so loving. So I pass this on to them, and I pass this on to all of you. Do you know, it's a wonderful thing to find someone and fall in love with them. But be careful that you do not think that it is someone else's responsibility to make you happy. Do not give someone else the responsibility for your happiness, and do not blame anyone else for your misery. As long as you think that someone else is responsible for your happiness and to blame for your misery, you're always going to be unhappy and miserable. So it's not that old so-and-so that makes you unhappy and miserable. You have got to get to work within your own self. and find your happiness. Now to move on quickly. You're not going to be happy with anything until you find happiness within yourself. You're not going to be happy anywhere until you find the happiness within your own self. If you're a miserable person, you'll be miserable wherever you go. If you have found your happiness within yourself, you will be happy wherever you go.
Okay, I played these videos for a reason. And, you know, the Miles Monroe one was great because we always looking, talking about we going to heaven. You know, that's what everybody think, that they're going to heaven. You know, you got your heaven right here on earth. You know, but see, we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to believe all this bull for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what it is. It's really bull because we are the easiest people in the world to manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Black people.
Yeah.
We're the easiest. We believe any damn thing they tell us.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't gonna believe nothing Bernard and Jamal tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And the second video with I think that was Reverend Ike.
Yeah. Reverend Ike. Yeah, it was Reverend Ike. Way school.
Yeah, you got to be happy. You can't let nobody make you happy. See, we are controlled by outside forces that have made us think that we don't need each other. But they need each other. That's why they're so powerful. We believe that we don't need nobody. So that's why we're so weak. The only thing keeping us above water is our DNA. We're built to survive.
Yeah.
We're built to survive. We're built to withstand all types of punishment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worst treated people on the history of this earth.
Mm-hmm.
And we still here. You know, what say y'all?
Yeah. Yeah. You can go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, you know, absolutely appreciate it. It does start with you. And we always looking at somebody else. And just like I was sharing with the brothers earlier, I'm like, we want somebody else to be the Messiah. I'm like, you need to be the Messiah. Get the Messiah and you together. And so as opposed to somebody else being the Messiah, being the Savior, you be the Savior. Because guess what? The other Messiahs need you too. And so that way, if a bunch of Messiahs out there, guess what? We can conquer the evil. But if you're just looking at somebody else being the hero, the shiro, like, no, that's a problem. And so, but it comes down to you feeling good about you. And because if you don't love yourself, guess what? You can't love other people. And if you ain't happy with yourself, guess what? You're going to want somebody else to be your happiness. But guess what? It's going to be something temporary. And then you move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I would say self-love. If you don't love yourself, how you going to love somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I tell people this here. I say, God see things that you don't see. Mm-hmm. God hear things that you don't hear. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and Mama always, what you do in the dark will come to light. Mm-hmm. You think all this thing happening to P. Diddy and T.J. Jakes and R. Kelly and you think this happening with Donald Trump? You think this happened just to happen? No, what you did was you thinking you was bigger than God, and you do things that you ain't had no business to do, and now you coming home to roost, and that's why your butt is in trouble. Because God sit back and he sent message for you to learn and say, look, I am the only one you should put first. Anytime you put money first, you're going down. And this is what I heard, this is what I seen. I don't know, y'all agree with me or not agree. T.J. Jakes, they did a sermon or whatever. I don't know what happened that his wife stand up in the audience and told him he didn't know that she was leaving him. Mm-hmm. It was leaving him right there. So do you think she should have mentioned it privately, or do you think what she did is what she did? You know what I'm saying? It should have been a private conversation, or it should have been a whole congregation conversation that she brought the whole congregation in. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, what you do in the dark will come to light. Okay? And one thing about us, we get so big thinking we made it. Materialistic, we got all this money and all that. Let me tell you something right now. the same people that you see going up, the same people man, y'all better shut up. You better shut up, Bernard. You better shut up. Trust me. The same people you see going up is going to be the same one you see coming down. Period.
And let me comment on that. I'm gonna get on TD Jakes thing in a minute. The thing that gets me with all the different examples you mentioned is this. I always tell people, what you do, always make sure whatever. Like I just tell my daddy, I might do things that might hurt me, as far as maybe drinking a little bit too much or whatever, but I would never hurt another person. That's where they cross the line. When you do things, you get drunk and you go rape somebody, whatever, you're hurting another person. That's wrong. If you hurt yourself or whatever, that's your business. But you never get out here and intentionally or unintentionally hurt another person. That's wrong. That's dead wrong. And so going to the TD Jakes question, I can't speak for her and I can't speak for how she did it. But here's the thing. You, TD Jakes, whether you did it or not, I don't know. But he hurt her. Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is, she want to show, I'm not going to deal with that hurt, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. So I can't. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because we don't know. The one thing I will say about this, I was raised by a daddy who respected that woman. And one thing he said, we never raised our voice to one another and we never touched one another. So all I can say to TD is, if you did it, just be honest with the people. I mean, it's not people's business, but you don't blatantly just go out here and knowingly hurt another person. That's wrong.
Very true. Very true. But if his wife left him and he must have admitted to doing some stuff, and because you just can't believe in the streets, he had to admit, and it was probably some truth to the matter where that could not be denied. Mm-hmm. So they're going through that crisis right now. But when you're on that type of platform with with those entertainers, it is something else. And I heard they got videos of everybody doing all kinds of stuff. People you would never thought would do those type of things. Mary J. Blige, Meek Mill, everybody in the world. No, 50 Cent, he had to get the hell up out there.
Yeah. Whew. Man.
Come on, man.
What you smiling for, Jamal?
That's what this show, messy. Come on now. Come on.
P. Diddy invited me to a party. I said, no, thank you.
I want to go.
But you know what? I don't know whether y'all remember. If y'all think back, it was about, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago. We had a show. And I told y'all I was with somebody when I was away who was from California. And he came in before all this even blew. This 10, 15 years ago. He was telling me about Jamie Foxx. Mm-hmm. He said he went there to deliver some drugs to Jamie Foxx. And they all in there naked, all men. And we in there, we listening to this guy. Yeah. Everybody got a story. No, serious. He telling us, man, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, help me up, Jesus.
He said, I'm telling you. And I told y'all this story years ago.
Yeah.
I told y'all this. If y'all search back and go find the video, I told y'all before all this came out, I know a guy that done been in Jamie Foxx house selling drugs that knows what used to go on.
Yeah.
They were seeing a man by the dog
all over each other.
Yeah, trust me. And it started right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Trust me.
Boy, look at him.
Hey, I can tell you some stories, but trust me. I'm telling you right now. I told people I thank Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
For saving me, and the reason why I say that because we was wild as shit up in here. And when he came out with that HIV, and I called him, hey baby, you want to get married? Boom, that's it. Touchdown. So trust me, man. Hey, it's crazy. It's crazy. And so now it's just coming back out. Trust me, my story is my story, my private life. Right. At the end of the day, but that's trust me, P. Diddy and all of them, and man, and what's so we talking about the church, right? But what's so crazy about that is this here, y'all. How can you stand up in a pulpit and say, God said this, and God told me to tell you this, and God told me to tell you that? You sitting on the pulpit and you telling what God said, but behind closed door, you doing what you doing in the closet.
Watch it, Bernard.
Man, hey, touchdown.
Bernard, did God ask the preacher to sleep with the minister of music?
Hey, he ain't asking to sleep. He ain't asking to sleep with the drummer boy either.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Come on, you talking about priest?
I'm just saying.
You know, sex is one of the things that have brought down so many powerful people.
Yes.
If you look around the world now, the whole P. Diddy thing is about sex.
Sex
and drugs. Sex and drugs. Yeah. You look at Donald Trump. It's about his propensity to always want to grab him by the crotch.
Yeah.
You know, so it is the oldest profession in the world. What they say it is, prostitution.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know, it is a fact of life. A lot of things I don't agree with when it comes to laws. A lot of things I think are too lenient, and a lot of things I think that are too hard. Let's get to another one. You know, it was like 3 or 4.
All rise. Honorable Charlie Brown has entered the room. Mr. Brown, it's on you.
Oh.
You can be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Well, we appreciate it that you grace us with your presence.
You're too kind, Julius. Thank you so much. You just don't know how you make me feel.
We got, you know, what we're talking about right now is the obligation of the church. We're playing some videos to give you some light into the brainwashing and the institutionalizing of religion for us. Instead of understanding that we have an obligation to each other, we're the only race on this planet that don't feel like that we do. And the church has an obligation back from when it used to do it, where this was our only sanctuary, was the church. And now the church has left us for money. The church has left us for nonprofit status. The church has left us for greed. And there's nobody from the church even advocating. Look how close it is to the election. And these preachers, when they find something, you find them all together wanting to protest this and protest this, when you have one of the most important elections in the history of this country coming up. Because if this happened, you'll see after a while with the stuff I'll show you with Donald Trump, the church should be out front on this. Damn a 501(c)(3) status, damn all that. This is important. You're talking about your charge that you have to keep, your obligation to your congregation. You have something to do, preachers, and y'all are failing miserably. When these people put their foot on our neck and go to trying to ship you back, because listen, they restoring the names on the statues that they took off.
That's correct.
Oh, y'all gonna see a video in a minute.
Man,
they're restoring the names. They've gotten so bold that they don't give a damn what you think.
That's right.
Right. You know what's pretty profound about what you're saying, and it's sad because they've took and said, God, you not first. Money is first. 501(c), the nonprofit is first. I'm not using the words you've given me to tell the people because I'm too afraid if I do, the 501(c) will be cut away. It's about money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's bad.
Yeah, and people don't understand that. But they call us rowdy. They call us, they just talking. No. We trying to help y'all, but y'all ain't trying to help yourself. But God put us here to say, you know what? I'm going to work through y'all so y'all can go and try to teach them something. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you better get your house in order because God coming. And when he come, trust me, hey, we all gone. So you either get your house in order. Trust me, man. It's a lot of evil folks around here, man. It's a lot of evil folk. And if you don't get your house in order, believe me. And I'm sitting on this podcast with a heavy heart because my brother passed away last Saturday, 42 years old. He's 42 years old. He was sick and diabetes and all that. But I'm still here trying to help these fools to say, hey, God is on his way.
But you know what? If I may, Bernard, one of the things I want to give you your flowers for now, and all three of y'all, you could be spending your time at the strip club. You could be spending your time with Miss Brown and with Tanya, but you're here trying to educate and give people information. Whether you agree with it or not, when people take the time to give you information, that means they care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just got to pat yourself on the back sometimes. Other than Mr. Brown, because he's kind of rude, but
no, I did not know his brother passed. You do condolence to you, Bernard.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry to hear that. That's not.
Yeah.
That's nothing I don't play with, and because at first when I heard y'all was talking about prostitution and talking about these, it's one of the oldest forms. I thought someone saw me on 17, and I go that way to come to take my wife to work. I don't be on 17 looking for anything. So,
that's what you say. Yeah. That's what you say. That's what you say. What you do when you drop off?
Just because you pull over to the store don't mean that he's looking for nothing. The man Coke, you like Diet Coke.
Right, he like Diet Coke.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Yeah, that's correct. Now let's get back to the subject. I don't know how we got on that subject. It's one I'd rather stay away from.
Right.
Well, we're gonna get on to the second video. It's two more videos for religion, and then we're tying it in because we had this subject last week, and we know that the church is failing us, and these preachers, they don't care, what we have to do is start making them care. We got the congregation, the people in the church, they're the leaders. You tell the pastor what to do. The pastor don't tell you what to do. You run the pastor. You giving the pastor the tithes every month. If you leave that church and go somewhere else, that pastor is through. So you have to be able to give that pastor direction also. You can't just follow a pastor blindly. So I'm gonna play I'm gonna play this whole video here for 24 seconds, and because it touched on something I think Bernard said. And then we're going to play half of the next one, okay? And because the next one is too long. But I don't know, we might have to play all of it because I need y'all to get the full context of that video. But let's play this one first.
Why you think Chinese kids aren't killed by cops? Why you think East Indian children aren't killed by cops? Why do you think Arab children, even with the war on terror, are not killed by police? Because they have nations around the country who will stand up and show out if America disrespects any one of the international citizens. We're the only non-white group in America who don't have a nation willing to come to our aid, and that's why we suffer.
Y'all join me. I thank y'all for all the guests that's on here.
We're back. Go ahead. He's doing TikTok, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, the next video is kind of long, but I think one of y'all, it was either Robert or Bernard that talked about how they're killing us. And they're not killing anybody else. And the reason for that is because we're not united. See, they know that they could kill one of us and we're going to protest for a day or two and that's it. See, then they're going to pass laws for everybody else because it's wrong to kill anybody else, but it's okay to still kill us.
Say it again, Joe.
3/5 of a man to them. That wasn't abolished. That's still on in their minds. And as long as it's in their minds, it's in their hearts. And then when it's in their heart, they're gonna bring in a few issues.
Come on now.
So that y'all touch on that for 1 minute. Then we're gonna get to the longer video.
Let me offer this. Let me offer this. What bothers me is the fact that we had a whole enlisted military black man get killed by the police this past week.
Yeah.
Enlisted. When has it stopped? It started before Emmett Till, right? It started before Emmett Till, and it still goes on today. And we're supposed to just let it go. We're supposed to just allow these laws and these policies to continue to put our people in jail unjustly, right? To create policy that unjustly puts us systematically behind, won't even give us access to the voting rights, and to continue to kill us. Hunting season has been over. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm breathing, I just can't tolerate it no more. Bernard used to say it all the time. I'm sick and tired. It's time out for being sick and tired. It's time out, Mr. Brown, excuse me. Damn all of the nice language. It's time out for sick and tired, and it's time to be in people's face, because if we don't start being in people's face, it won't stop.
That's
You
right.
know, and we start with putting like Richard Coleman in office, Shalina Cook Jones in office, people like that. And then if they don't do right, put their asses right out, because it's time out for our people being the meat on the menu.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's like time. Hey, at the end of the day, stop putting Van Johnson in office. Stop putting Estella. Stop putting Levitt. Stop putting Bell. Stop putting Nick. Stop putting the rest of them. Stop putting the people that look like us, thinking that they for us, and then they sell you out. Stop that. Savannah, Georgia, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, rest of them. At the end of the day, put the right people that you feel like is going to help us. You know what? You know what? Trust me, this here. Only time we see these people in our neighborhood, and when it's time to vote, every 4 years, every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen that boy? What his name is? He's the senator for Georgia.
Derek Mello.
Him and other. What his name? We went to school. He went to Johnson School. I don't forgot his name.
Yeah, y'all.
Warnock. You talking about Warnock?
Warnock. What? Hey, you ain't seen him back. You ain't seen him back yet. Let me tell you here. Why don't we do this here? When they start coming our neighborhood, why don't we put up a gate so they can't come? You know what I'm saying? They say, no, you ain't wanted here. At the end of the day, period. Stop. Vote for people that look like us. Vote for the right people. And one thing about us, man, we are so quick to throw us under the bus.
Yes.
That's why I don't even ride the bus no more. I walk.
Bernard.
But to your point, Mr. Brown, may I offer this? And this is directed to Senator Warnock. He better tighten up on that weeping time. Because if you're gonna follow behind this man on weeping time, then your behind is going to lose, because I will campaign. I don't care if it's a Republican. We got to stop putting these folk in. That speaks volumes to me.
Right.
You can't even stand up for weeping time when one of the most respected elders in this community stands by it. Come on, man.
I think, and I know the viewing audience hear the passion in both of your voices. You're absolutely right. You got to make them accountable, and we had not made them accountable. We have allowed them to do just what they want to do, and if that's selling us out, they then voted our way and did things to enhance what we was doing, and I am concerned about that. So you guys, I hear it in your voice, I see it in your body language, and I agree with you. We must make them accountable, and they're not.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, let me ask you a question. So, and y'all tell me is this right or wrong. So, like I said, we were sitting around the table with these young guys and we was talking. So what came up, what Robert just said, the weeping time, what came up, Savannah, Georgia was the largest selling slave in history, and they called the weeping time the largest. So when they talked about that, man, guess what happened? I got embarrassed because they mentioned Savannah, Georgia. And I started crying because of mentioning Savannah, Georgia, because I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Is that's I didn't know how to take that. I really didn't. I know that's history, but I when they were talking, I hushed.
Let me offer this. This is how. Let me go back to that race question. One of the things, and this is allegedly, it's two things. Let me start with that farmers market thing.
We're gonna have to be real short with.
I'm gonna make it real quick. The weeping time and that farmer's market has everything to do with what this city wants to control. They want things to go a certain way. And when we push back, they get angry. My problem with that is, don't put our black folk and our black communities at a detriment because you want to wipe us out. And that's what's going on. Our black and brown communities have always suffered because of things of what this city wants to do. And what pisses me completely off is that you got N. At the end of the day, when he doesn't realize you're going to be an N in their mouths when the day is over. You got an N sitting at the head of the table who doesn't understand that. And the reason he doesn't understand it because he doesn't understand our communities.
You're right. You are so right, Robert.
All right, let's get to the last religion video, and then we'll get on to our main. We're going. Oh, well, matter of fact, let's take a quick commercial. Then
Commercial break.
Our last. We'll get to our last religion video, and so we can move accordingly.
Transformative. That's what Sonya Jackson is. Creative. That's what Sonya Jackson is. Compassionate. That's what Sonya Jackson is. Leadership. That's what Sonya Jackson demonstrates. Dedicated. That's what Sonya Jackson is. In Chatham County, there's never been a tax commissioner like Sonya Jackson. She has made the office more accessible, more consistent, more convenient, and more service-friendly. Let's keep Sonya Jackson while she takes the tax commissioner's office to new heights. On May 21st, cast your vote for a great public servant. Vote Sonya Jackson.
Okay.
I'm pouring a cup because I ain't gonna make the whole thing.
Yeah, religion is about faith. Religion is about faith. Having faith to understand that there is a God. Having faith enough to understand that we can't do it by ourselves, that we didn't get here by ourselves, and that there is some being higher in authority than us. And if you're a smart person, you got to believe that. And I put all this together to show what the church should be doing. We're not being real critical of the church today. That's another show. But we are going to talk how we want to talk about the church. I'm not holding nobody back. Do what you say. Do what you won't say what you want to say, because these churches are failing us. And it's all about money now. And so we're going to play this other video. Go ahead.
I think I have to compliment you, although I'm one of the co-hosts of the show, that your due diligence and the effort and the time you go in to bring this out, and you're not actually criticizing the church, you bringing things into light what need to be seen.
Right.
And if it's not putting it there, then you be doing the community a disservice, and you're not doing that. So I have to compliment you. Right. I do disagree with you on a bunch of stuff, but you are very compassionate and concerned about this community and what's going on. And I can respect that. The numbers work, you make it work, Jew. And I do compliment you.
Appreciate that, sir. Here we go.
So God gives you his presence. He gives you a place. He gives you provision. He says, yeah, I want them to have this right here. And then he says, I'm going to give them a personality made in my image. I'm going to start letting them walk in their purpose. And then I'm going to give them parameters. It's not to keep something from them. It's trying to keep them for something. And then I'll give them another person, because the other person I'm going to give them is valuable. The other person has purpose too. The other person is delicate and needs to be handled with care. So I need whoever the person is that they're getting with to have a sure foundation, because this person is going to carry my anointing. And the person I'm allowing you to be in relationship with is going to be filled with things that need to be nurtured and taken care of by somebody who has a sturdy foundation. And so why God wants us to have all of these things before a person is because when the two come together, they should be able to support each other. And this is what a good relationship should look like. But what would happen if I took away the presence of God, the place of God, the provision of God? What would happen if I thought, I don't really need all of that. I only need a couple of these things. Like, I don't really need to be getting my purpose and walking in my purpose, and I'll let my personality be defined by pop culture, or I won't really have no parameters. If you take away any of the 6 things that God gave before a person, which one should we take away? Because some of y'all have different ones. Everybody's not the same. Come on, let's be honest. Some of y'all are in the wrong place. You're in a city right now that God never called you to. Some of you haven't been in the presence of God in years. Some of you right now are providing for yourself and you feel drained. Some of you, your personality, you used to say, I'd never be this, and now you're doing that every week. Your purpose, you don't even know what it is anymore. Your parameters, anybody can run up in you and run through you and run with you because you have no parameters. And God said, which one you want me to take? And the enemy would love for every person in here to be deficient in what God wants to supply before a person. And what happens is why we see so many failed relationships and broken things after broken things after broken things is because people stop getting in his presence. Now what has happened? Now what has happened that we just took away one ingredient of the plan of God. The things that are valuable are now broken. And what we do is spend the rest of our life trying to pick up the pieces of relationships that we should have never been in with people who were never built on God's foundation. And so what do? We try again. Relationship after relationship. No, it's gonna work this time. They're different than the last guy. They're different than what happened. No. I'm gonna try again. I started. I'm gonna try again. The problem initially is because you haven't been healed. When God tries to pour into you, you can't even hold nothing. And this is what many of our lives look like today. And then we try to raise kids out of this. This is where we try to do business from. This is how we try to love the world broken. And God says, hey, this is the reason why the person is not where you're supposed to go. If you would give me your pieces, if you would bring your pieces to me, I'll trade you and I'll give you a new life. I will take everything that the enemy meant for evil and I will turn it. Any man that be in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, I'm making everything new. I feel the presence of God in here. And then he says, that's why I'll fill you up again. This is the grace of God, by the way. See, the grace of God looks at your broken pieces and said, I'll give you another chance. The grace of God looks at everything that you messed up and you squandered over. He said, I'll give you another chance. The problem is we go stupid after God heals us. And instead of going back to the person again that is filled with the foundation of God, we keep finding all of these people who are missing an element that God wanted to give all of us before the person. Everybody say before the person. When you get married, young man, young woman, old man, old woman, know your identity in God. Have your personality in him. If you pray out loud. Don't let your husband or your wife or the person you think of, oh, that's too much. Sorry. I'm sorry. This is who I am, and I will not be ashamed by the person I'm supposed to love. I won't let my person, but if you do, if you do let them define you, you take the personality that God intended for you to have and change life. You take it away. But no. Let's do it quickly. Let's hope that if we do it fast, if it's not that noticeable, if everybody can't see it, empty, poured out, broken, trying to figure out our way through life. And what happens? All of us go through this like, oh no, but I didn't break this time. So let me try again. But this time, I'm gonna settle. God, fill me up. He said, I can't do nothing at that level. I intended for this to be something way greater and way bigger. And many of us live our whole life in relationship that settles for less than God's best. And it's crazy that everybody now has to walk through your mess. Like now people who didn't even have nothing to do with it have stains on them. You wouldn't get a happily ever before. Today, all I'm saying to you is I don't know where you are in your relationship, and you may be saying, I'm married, and That don't mean you ain't missing some of these things. It don't mean that your personality may need to go back to the presence. And this is the great thing. He built in the answer to everything. If you're missing any one of these, you can go back to his presence. If you're missing the place, if you're missing provision, if you don't know your personality, if you're searching for purpose, if you've gone over the parameters, God is saying today, get back in my presence.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody got missing. Who's that? Bernard? Robert?
RG, and I think Jamal left out.
Jamal's still here.
Oh, okay.
He just don't have his camera on. But that is I played that for a reason also. That's the last video for religion, because we're touching on religion and the presidency. The presidency will take up our last 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna touch on this here briefly, but because we done did 3-4 videos on, and this is our fourth video on religion. But we have to understand the role of the church. And the role of the church is not just to save us, it is to educate us, it is to fill us, it is to nurture us. And then you come, once you do all those things, then you can save us, help save us, or lead us to where we can save ourselves. But the church is failing us. Our pastors are not doing what they're charged to do. And you see it everywhere, all over this country. Where are they now with getting out the vote, knowing how this will affect their congregation if this man is elected? Where are they? They're silent. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere, all over. There's no place I'm not. I don't see them. They hide.
Yeah.
They preaching to themselves.
Yeah.
And they thinking that they're doing something.
Yeah. You're not gonna see them. You're not gonna see them because they got a different agenda.
Yeah.
They got a different agenda. Okay, if you go into church and you listen to the pastor, right? And you think that pastor gonna get you to heaven or hell, you done lost your damn mind. You done lost your mind. Trust me, like I said again now, God see things that you don't see, and he hear things that you don't hear. So if you thinking that you thinking because you're a pastor and you got the first you know you the first one gonna get to heaven, man, you gonna be the last one get to heaven. You gonna be the first one get to hell because you ain't right. A lot of these preachers, man, they are not right. They don't even know what right mean. All they thinking about, like you said, in 506, all they thinking about the money. I done seen it. Let me tell you something right now. I don't need no pastor to get me to hell. I'm gonna get to heaven or hell or whatever. I'm gonna get my own stuff to heaven. Trust me. And I guarantee you that's where I'm going. Because, hey, all of us, we got a big heart. And we give. We ain't taking for nobody. Let me tell you what black folk just want to look good, smell good, taste good, ride good, have money in their pocket good. That's all they want to do. And deal and you know, I caught myself, but and have sex good, all that. That's all we want to do. That's why people treat us the way they treat us. They know for a fact we don't give a damn about nothing.
Because what? They study us.
They study us. They go. We're gonna walk for 2 days and they ain't gonna walk no more.
Well, one of the things that they have done is take them out of the play by giving them the 501(c), and that took them out of the game. Because you go back in the 50s, the 40s, the 60s, the civil rights movement, the church was the cornerstone, and the pastor was one of the leaders that went out with you and protest injustice, said, no, you can't do this. And when the 501(c) came in about money, they figure out a way to neutralize them. And that's what they say. If you get political, then we're going to take your 501(c). And that's when they just say, take it and bury it some way. Dead and bury it. I'm going to do what God lead me to do and not what money are telling me to do. And that's not happening. No leadership. Like you say, Julius, you like air, you're everywhere, and you don't see them because money have become their gods. I'm not saying that's all of them, but a great deal of them, because they don't want to lose that 501(c) status. And that's what's happening.
Yeah. They control. Everybody can.
That's right.
Everybody nationality can control us, but we can't control ourselves.
No.
Come on now. Somebody please make it make sense. Make it make sense. It don't.
Yeah, they brainwashed us. They conditioned us over the last 50 years to be the way that we are. We're the only race on the face of this earth that is not united.
We're not, Joe.
Nothing that we do together. Even the billionaires don't even get together. Even the millionaires don't get together. Everybody in our race is operating on its own. We are solo dolo.
Is that a new saying? That's the first time I heard
good
that.
with that, boy. Boy, you came up with that.
Repeat that again, Julius.
Yeah, you gotta say that one again.
Got it. But you know, and you know, it's sad. But again, that's what black media do. Our black media, we try to inform people where they can see and make intelligent decisions. That's our main purpose. So I don't blame you. Just keep hopping on it, keep talking about it, and we hope their eyes open up and put pressure on their pastors, their leaders, and say, listen, you have been our spiritual leader. You have led us into the battle. You have led us to the wall of Jericho. And now they put the 501(c), which is money, saying, if you don't do right, we taking that status away from you.
Yeah, they're scared of the pastor when the pastor's supposed to be scared of them.
Yeah.
That's the truth. The pastor's supposed to be scared of you. You're supposed to be scared of the pastor. Pastor ain't no perfect man.
Right.
He has his
Keep in mind.
If you look back over the history, most of them ain't been nowhere I ain't been.
Some of them wanted to be charlatans, but beyond that point, you have to realize they're a mortal man, just like all the rest of us.
Yeah.
A lot of them done some things I ain't even done.
Yeah. Human beings. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
Hey.
But we're gonna get into our last subject because we got about 30 minutes, and I know y'all are. It's about 4 or 5 videos with this. All of them are short, I believe. Yeah, all of them are short. But you know, when you think about what's happening, this election is so important. And I brought the church and politics in together so that we can tell people how they commingle. They're supposed to commingle. Because see, the church is supposed to bring the people together and educate them, and then make sure that the congregation is provided.
It's not happening, Joe.
It's not. And by if the church isn't going to do it, then they should make an effort to unite the people so that they can vote the right people in, so that services and conditions can change. But they're not doing that either. So it's a big problem. And you got to have people that care. You know, seriously, you got to have people that care. When you get people that selfish in these positions and all they care about is themselves, all they care about is acquiring some real estate so that they can do, they can have financial generational wealth for themselves. Then, and then they become superstars and you become followers of that person. They know that we follow that. They know that we are trendy. You see what I'm saying? We are trendy people. And they know that we like watermelon, chicken. See, they done studied us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they know what to give us. They know that the convenience store can be in our neighborhood. They know that the liquor store can be on every other corner in our neighborhood. They done studied us.
Yeah.
But we're not doing anything about it. They give us rap music. You couldn't have rap, that kind of music played in the white or Korean or Asian communities ever, because it's talking about the destruction of their people.
Yeah.
Music is a destruction of our people.
Yeah.
When it all balls down. Yeah, it's art. Yeah, it's real catchy. It's real groovy. You know, but it's still to the detriment of our community.
Because it's what it is. Life imitate art all day, every day. You hear, you become, and want to do just what's happening. It happens all the time.
And what they do is, and you know us as being men, what they do, who they send to take us down. Who they send to take us down? They sent our woman to take us down. They sent a woman to take us down that look like us to take us down. That's what they do. Bill Cosby, that's what they do. R. Kelly, that's what they do. Pitt Diddy, that's what they do. Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson. Everybody don't like skirts, but if we like skirt and you go in there smelling good with that Victoria's Secret on and looking like you can look, we gonna fall these.
Bernard, I think you have said enough, because they have brought me to the pits of hell. I want you to know.
Well, our next two videos, I want y'all to look at these two videos. Both of them under like 1 minute. One is showing you how they're thinking when they got people like us in Congress. You see Jamal Bowman. He's real aggressive, and he tells it like it is. And then the second one, you see, and this is what's happening. They want to get rid of people like him so that you won't have a voice. Then they want to, and I'm showing you what is going to happen if they let this man back in office. They're restoring the names on Confederate monuments and everything.
Yeah,
so watch these two videos, and that's in Virginia. It's coming this way. It's coming this way because know what? They know you don't care. They studied you and they mastered you. So they know that you're not going to come together as a people to complain. They know that you're not going to come together as a people to advocate. So they don't care about what you think no more.
My turn. Do you see why he's an ineffective congressman?
Why?
He
Because I raised my
argues.
voice?
No, because he
the people
argues.
in here understand passion. They know that we need passion in this moment.
You
want to go to Washington and play nice with Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No, you vote with her, so why shouldn't you play nice with her?
Come on now.
Here's the point, and I'd like to make it, Madam Moderator, without his interruption. When you work in a legislative body, you need to form coalitions with people. You need to have their respect. You need to talk to them as normal people. You can't preach and scream at them on the steps of the Capitol.
Okay.
He's ineffective as a
I've got to
congressman
rein this in,
for
gentlemen.
this very reason that you've just
We're going
said.
to have a lot of disappointed viewers if I don't rein this in.
The
Let's
angry
take a
black
question
man.
down.
The angry black man.
Let's stay on topic,
It's the
please.
Southern strategy in the North.
Let's stay on topic.
And
We
they
have a
expect us to
question
be
now.
quiet about it. We're not going to be quiet about it.
Let's stay on.
Have we gotten to the point where we're not sure that slavery was a horrible thing and that the people who fought a civil war to keep blacks enslaved should not be honored? It did take 155 years until George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer for 160 symbols of the Confederacy to be taken down, but they were until now. Now the school board in Shenandoah County, Virginia, has proposed to restore the names of Confederate military leaders to 2 public schools after historically inaccurate and racist statements got a reaction like this one. Well, a 6th grader who did have a firm grasp of history had said this.
I'm a black student, and if the names are restored, I would have to represent a man that fought for my ancestors to be slaves.
Take a look at the 6 members of the school board. Only one of them, the youngest, voted to say we should not be naming our schools after people who promoted slavery. And by the way, almost every school district is struggling with cash, but it will cost, by their own estimates, more than $300,000 to do this change, to change the name of the school in signs, on athletic jerseys, and to resurface the gym floor.
Now, ain't that something? Ain't that something?
They're planting the seed, Julius.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're planting the seed and see if they can get it to sprout.
Exactly.
And
And
if
if
you
you let this
stand-
man back in office, and especially with the next 3 videos that y'all will see in a minute with certain people, it's just terrible. 2 videos and something else. It's terrible. And y'all go ahead.
Man, that's it's coming. It's coming. You know why it's coming? Because we let it come. We let it come. Our Black Media Network, we can preach. But if they don't want to listen to us, they ain't gonna listen to us. But until what? Till they knock on their door and it hit their front door. Okay, you got that was a 6-year-old, 6th grader, a 6th grader. You got a 6th grader doing something that somebody who should be 60 years old doing. Come on, man, make it make sense, man. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, in the next 4 years or the next 3 years, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be absolutely in trouble because we too scared to say things. All y'all want to do is probably eat watermelon and eat some pancakes and all that, and don't care about nobody but your damn self. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can call us radical, and y'all, they just always starting something. You know that Jamal don't know what he talking about. Bernard don't know what he talking about. Jules don't know what he talking about. Charlie Brown don't know what he talking about. Okay, when you ain't got no money to pay that light bill, you ain't gonna be able to see us.
Well, they're trying to plant that seed, and I try not to make fun of people, but was that man cross-eyed? That man can count the chickens from the front porch to the back of the yard without turning his head. It hurt my eyes just to see him, but the people like that is dangerous.
Yeah, that white man, he was ugly, boy. I was like, good Lord.
Jamal?
So I'm gonna share something with y'all. The past 2 days, Yesterday, one of my relatives was talking to me. She talked to someone who is here, part of a large organization here, and he was saying to her, telling her that he has to drive his daughter to Bryan County to practice for track, and said that he now has to leave an hour and a half, pretty hour and 40 minutes out of Savannah to now get his daughter to practice for a track practice. And he said, I see what Keisha was talking about. I see what Keisha was talking about. So my cousin is telling me this. I'm like saying to myself, this is what everybody had been saying. And so now they got what Keisha was talking about, how you got to leave here. You don't even have the resources here if you want to give your child a quality opportunity. But that's yesterday. So this morning, some of y'all know I did a live, and I was on Hilton Head because they were looking at expanding Highway 278. So of course they plan on hitting our communities, wanting to have 6-lane highways. A brother got up and said, "Listen, even the interstate don't have 6 lanes. So why y'all?" And they come in our communities, and so I had already told them some of my own thoughts. But then also I got up and I had said to them, I said, "All right, it was the Gullah Geechee CDC that's organized by the town of Hilton Head. So there, I said, what do y'all want to do? The representatives, I said, what do y'all want to let the people know? So they began to respond because I could see that the bam, because the people take the attitude like nothing's going to happen, nothing. South Carolina Department of Transportation, they want to put it in. It's just going to happen. It's lockstep, bam. That's what's about to happen. So now I got to say this. Not all ministers are not doing stuff. There are ministers who are doing, because what came up, one of the ministers, what he said, we told y'all we have souls to the polls. We have rides to take people. We said all the church buses will be utilized to take people to the polls. And guess what happened? The people ain't showed up to vote. They did not go for the early voting, anything like that. So now what happened when the whole session ends? What happened? They come to me and they say, Jamal, they said, basically, you were right at what you were saying. Because I told them, I said, my concern is that people on Hilton Head, and I told them, I told the town of Hilton Head folks this. I said, y'all not going to do nothing. Y'all just going to stand on the side and just let it happen. Because y'all are, oh, Lord, them people want to do what they want to do. When you got the power to change it, you got the power to put the people in to make the changes for you. So guess what didn't happen? And it goes right back to our black media. It goes right back to the things that have been being said and with regards to Keisha. So then they say to me, they say, Jamal, guess what? One of the black communities, one of the black neighborhoods on Hilton Head had the opportunity to get somebody in office that will be a friend of theirs. And they said, Jamal, guess what? They didn't show up to vote. So now they got a Trumpite in office. They got right there on the town council a Trumpite who representing these black folks who ain't even got their concerns at all, and they get nothing. So that's why I want to say, listen here, we got to vote. Everybody out there looking at the show, we got to vote. Because if not, you see this madness from the videos and all that, that's what's going to happen. I was like, to me, all I was saying to myself, I told you so. I told you. Keisha told you. We told you. We told you so. Y'all got to learn to listen. If not, a hard head make for a soft behind. And right now, black folks ain't show up to vote when you had opportunity to be taken to the polls. And so guess what? On May 21st, y'all better show up to vote, if not by the 17th.
You are absolutely right. Man, I'm going to tell you why you're right. Because I went to vote today, and I could not believe the turnout where I was at. I was there for approximately 35 to 40 minutes. And the turnout, I was on Eisenhower. And the turnout, 1 or 2 people trickle in and out. Because it take a little while because there's a lot of things to read to vote yes or no on. And they are not voting. As of last night, we got 200,000 registered voters in Chatham County. Y'all ready for this? As of last night, 2,500 have voted early so far. Did y'all hear what I just say? 2,500 out of 230 as of last night. it's probably a little bit more now because we're in another day now. That's sad. They're not getting out the vote. And if you don't vote, you're going to get what he talking about. You don't matter. People just don't do you any kind of way if you allow them. For instance, Bernard, if I step on your feet 2 or 3 times a day, eventually when you jab slap me, and I ain't picking on the Japs or anything, that's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
Guess what? I bet you I won't step on your toe no more.
Yeah.
I made something simple trying to say they just don't do what they want to do. You allow them to do it.
Yeah. And I go back what I said earlier. I guarantee you, if Jamal was white, if Charlie Brown was white, if Jules was white, if I was white, and I knock on your door and I tell you something, you gonna sit there, fix me breakfast, and you gonna sit right there and listen. If I come knock on your door and you know I'm black, you gonna shut the door in my face. That's just what we do. That's just what we do.
You ain't Mr. Charlie.
And yeah, y'all go knock on the door, they gonna shut the door.
Call him Mr. Johnny or something like that. Don't
You know
call
what
him
I'm saying?
Mr. Charlie.
I'm like,
I'm on the show tonight, so.
But it's crazy, but it's true.
I got you what you're saying.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's true. And at the end of the day, let me tell you this, one day we're gonna get tired. And one day we're gonna say, you know what, Sari, let's go to Miami Beach and then enjoy our life and hell with them.
It might be too late, Bernard. It might be too late, and that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
That is sad. And what all we doing is crying out to the voters tonight. This show is geared up to motivate you, to let you know you got to turn things around, and you put people in play that work what you work, and the community is about you, not about them, on a handful of other people.
But did you see something, Bernard and Charlie and Jamal? When Jamal Bowman, he's a radical.
Right.
He could be on this show.
Yeah.
Because this dude, y'all, I don't know if y'all know him, but y'all follow up on him. The brother, he does some radical stuff. He even went they were voting on something one day, Bernard, and he went into the House chamber and he left out. On his way out, he pulled a fire alarm. But they caught him on video doing it, The brother radical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He gonna do some stuff that we gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he want to bring attention to it. He's saying, no, y'all just doing this wrong. Y'all ain't thinking about nobody but yourself. You ain't thinking about all the people. So we got to keep those type of brothers in place.
Yeah.
And
but Julius, by all means necessary. Malcolm X, by all means necessary.
They want to get rid of brothers like that, and they want to put brothers like Van in place.
He don't have an army. He don't have a lot of people. So the fire alarm became his audience. He have to do what he have to do to make things happen.
Yeah, it's terrible, and we got to do something to
we need to do something about our.
We're doing our part. We're doing our part with the shows that we bring, the information that we put out. We're doing our part. With the show that Jamal had today with those brothers, we just got to be able to form a group where we're all on the united front, where we can go out and spread the message. We can change things if we all come together. Now, we're guilty of it too, because we're at a point where we can say, we can bring this group in, we can bring this group in, we can bring this group in, and let's take 50 of us and let's change something. Let's change something. We don't have to let them just walk back into office. Dietrich, Linda, all of them shouldn't have been in office if we would have said, all of us come together and we're going to go out 50 strong into these neighborhoods and talk to people. We'll go out 50 strong into these neighborhoods and give out literature for the person that we know is going to be effective in change. But that's our fault also. It's not
our fault. That's why I say what I say. We should take what Robert be saying and can it, and then give the can out. Let them open up and see it, because Robert have that passion. Robert is a rebel. Robert wants to shake things up and get things done. He would have been great for the 5th District. But again, he's still great for the community. He needs to continue his voice to be heard.
Yeah, that's it. You got to, whether you call it a rat or whatever, man, you got to keep on hitting them, keep on hitting, and then eventually it's going to open. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know.
Right. We got 3 videos, Bernard, so we finna try to get to them.
All right, we're waiting on you, Mr. Producer.
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner as this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
This man talking about somebody that eats somebody he congratulating. Right? This is a sick man.
We had a big speech. By the way, not as many people as this. This is like big record stuff on television. Even on the haters, they said this may be the biggest rally they've ever seen, political rally. But I called our First Lady. I said, so. It's a lot of people. Hey, look.
They're out there. That's his rally in North Carolina. Where that was the other day?
I don't know, Julius.
We had a big speech. By the way.
That was New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Usually a Democratic state, you know?
Yeah.
They're more progressive and moderate than Democratic. But still, they were there. It's a lot of people. That's his largest rally in a while.
You should see the way I'm treated on the highway now. It's a change in this country. Like I say, Donald Trump might not invented racism or whatever, but he made it fashionable somehow. It is not the same. I'm getting more discussion, more argument when white people, and again, I'm asking, please stop the madness. I'm on the road, they blow horns at you. They come to red lights, want to get out and fight you. I've never seen, I said, maybe because I'm getting older now, and they probably think they can just whip up on me. Bernard, their attitudes are terrible. And Donald Trump is the pilot light that's starting these fires all around the country.
Yeah. That guy, man.
Come on.
He is that guy is number one. See, when a man like that, they all said he loud, he's gutless. He ain't got nothing else to do but that. You know what I'm saying? He weak. Donald Trump is one of the most weakest men in history. Trust me. He's just like Hitler, period. So now all he got to do, he got followers following him. He don't care. Donald Trump don't care about nobody but Donald Trump. Trust me. He don't care if you white, black, green. He don't care at the end of the day. And what it is, you got these weak folks that don't look like us. And then you got weak folks that do look like us, support him, period. If that man become president of the United States, this is going to be the worst. This is going to be, trust me, it's going to be a crisis in American history. You think it was a world, you think other country was fighting a war? No, we're going to be fighting each other. Trust me on that.
Ain't no question. But what the only good thing about Donald Trump is that he will make us have to unite.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about Donald Trump. He's going to make us have to unite because, see, we're going to be fighting off everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring all the names back. They'll probably come change Calhoun Square again. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been emboldened to disregard us because they know that in the long run, there is no fight.
Mm-hmm.
They know this. So they know that they can do whatever they want to do. And we don't have a chance, especially when you get sellouts, real sellouts like Lawrence Taylor, greatest linebacker ever played, oldest Anderson, who ran the ball. Like,
what about them, Julius?
I just want to say, I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what. He will not have to worry about nobody in my family ever voting for a Democrat again. Okay.
Don't you just love that guy? Don't you just love that guy? I tell you, it has been a very exciting day. You guys, not one person left here. You're still here yelling and screaming. So my word is, Wildwood, are you in the house? I can't hear you. Wildwood, are you in the house? Thank you guys for all your support. And how about a great shout out for Metro Exhibits, baby? We made it all happen. All because of you. Thank you.
Why you ruined my evening?
Well, y'all know Lawrence Taylor done had too many hits in the game, so he's not thinking right. And
why is that?
Otis Anderson,
why is that?
He lives in probably in a fluid neighborhood where he's probably trying to get fool them like Tim Scott. And go to Congress so he can do
Hey, but I'm surprised Van Johnson wasn't there. They probably ain't flying him down. But you know what? Trust me. At the end of the day, they would truly regret that. They truly regret that at the end of the day. See, what he do is he get these so-called Negroes that ain't got too much book scent, like Lawrence Taylor and older stuff. So that's how he get those right. He can fool them, but he can't fool us. So he go get them. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Anybody vote for that fool gonna be a damn fool. Believe me. And you say the right, Jew. That's the only thing gonna bring us together, because we talking, hey, we may not fight each other, but let us see somebody hit somebody that look like us and see what happened. Trust me.
Alabama boat ramp.
There you go. There you go.
There go our last video.
Julius Hall and his magazine staff has been deceiving the black community with fake news about me. I'm going to personally come to Savannah. I'm going to build the wall around ATR Media Group, and Julius Hall is going to pay for it. No matter how much fake news he spreads about me in his magazine, I will still be the president in the next election. Thank you, everyone. One more thing. Once I'm reelected, Charlie Brown will have his mouth duct taped. And for Bernard, America Brown, from now on, I'll be having the FBI watching him in the strip clubs. And then we will tax those dollars that he's been making it rain with. And as for Dr. Jamal, he's about to be ancient history. Now, folks, this is a guy who calls himself Mr. Black History. Gullah Geechee, my ass. And that damn NASA girl. I'm about to take her to the moon and leave her there. And I also have something for that Robert Bryant guy. I will have him frying fish at Shabazz restaurant. And the last two on my list, Uncle Sean and Aunt Tiffany. They will be servants in the White House kitchen. And when it's all said and done, I'm gonna crush the Rabble.
Donald Trump, I'm here. Say what the hell you want to say now to me face to face. I'm here.
You're a bad boy, Julius. You're a bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy.
Donald Trump's scared of me.
Bad boy.
Hey, man, all we can do is just keep trying. That's all we can do, man.
Bernard, and you're right. Just on to keep trying. We gotta actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Verb, that's a verb. So I'm saying we got to do something to fire the people. This show, we hope it motivate them. We hope you hear what we saying. Please get out. I go vote. I'm crippled, and I've been in pain most of the day, and I still struggle to go out because I talked to my counterpart this morning, and he said to me, "You one of the reasons how you gonna tell me about 2,500 people and you hadn't voted yet." So today I went and voted.
Great job, Jamal.
I had to sit in that seat over there. There's some seats out there for me.
Jamal, you got any last words?
Yeah, we need to get out the vote, because if not, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. And we're going to say, "I told you so." And we're going to be looking at some things right now. It's going to be frightening for some of y'all. These people are out for the jugular. They're out to kill. They're out to kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to skip before we go. It's a closing segment that we usually have where we give out little words of inspiration. We can give it if y'all going to be real quick with it. If y'all have anything. So Charlie, you go ahead.
Well, I don't really have. I'm gonna just say this. Please, whatever you do, go vote, because that's one of the reasons our heads got bashed in. We went to jail, dog bites, and all that came up under that. I'm asking you, please go vote and put people in the office that's going to be fair to you and fair to the community, and not just one way. Please, I beg you.
Yeah.
Bernard?
Hey. If you don't want to go vote for yourself, go for the people that died for us to have us an opportunity to go vote. Okay? Let's come together as one and do the right thing. And do the right thing. Period.
Jamal?
I want to know, when Julius Hall bought the entire high school of Tompkins High School a buck box from Clyde Bruner's Crispy Chick, did Bernard get one of the buck boxes? So Bernard wasn't there.
Bernard was there. He got a buck box. Okay.
See how you did, Charlie Brown? See how you did you?
Charlie Brown invented the buck box. So we used to get out these chicken.
To be honest with you, Jamal, I appreciate it, but guess what? If the numbers work, we want y'all to go out and vote. I don't care how he did me. If the numbers work, I want them to go vote. Start tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna make mine real short. Well, it's not short. It's
just like your hike.
It's an inspirational message that I get every Wednesday morning. I'm about 2 behind because we didn't do it last week, so I need to get this one in this week. And it goes, it's time to release the past from your hands and from your mind. That weight is no longer yours to carry. Remember that the minute you take your first step into the life of your dreams, the first to greet you, there will be fear. Nod and keep walking. Let go of what let go of you. Know the difference between those who stay to feed the soil and those who come to grab the fruit. You choose so many things, but you never choose to put yourself first. And that's something you need to work on. Something you should do more often. You need you more than they need you. remember this. Thank you for the rare few individuals in our life who have listened without judgment, spoken without prejudice, helped without entitlement, understood without pretension, and loved us without conditions. That's my message. Y'all take it, do what you will with it, and we will see y'all tomorrow on our 6 o'clock show, Taking the Journey Together, and our 8 o'clock show, the Ebony Sports Reporters. So y'all tune in then, and I'm just gonna say for everybody, good night. We love you. Tune in, share.
Yep. Good night, y'all.